welcome to the deep dive. And if you feel like the pace of AI development has moved beyond just rapid into something almost unrecognizable.
Oh, way beyond.
Right. You are absolutely right. The reality we're charting for you today isn't some steady incremental flow. It's a hyperscale Category 5 torrent of new models, new chips, and literally billions of dollars in funding.
All in 1 week.
All in 1 week.
Yep.
So we've synthesized that velocity, pulling from a detailed AI weekly summary to give you a clear map of what is actually moving the needle.
And that speed, it demands you understand it immediately. So our mission here is to cut through that incredible volume of noise and give you a high-resolution map.
A map of what,
A
exactly?
map showing where the money is, where the power is, and, where the really crucial safety efforts are concentrated. This deep dive is distilling the core conflicts.
Okay, so the model wars.
The model wars, definitely. Performance versus price. Then you have the huge cloud infrastructure battle for enterprise control and the emerging, really complex push for AI safety.
We are talking about models hitting gold medal human reasoning, major labs declaring internal code reds, and robots that build things just from you talking to them. It's a lot.
It is.
So let's unpack it, starting with those model wars, because the battle over access and price is fundamentally changing what this intelligence actually costs.
Well, when we look at the competition just this week, the performance bar has just completely moved. It's no longer enough to be good.
Or even very good.
Exactly. The industry is now operating at what we're calling a gold medal performance standard.
And what does that mean in practice?
It means you're creating AI that can't just handle complex tasks, but can actually compete with and often beat human experts in these, highly specialized academic contests, the kind designed to test peak reasoning.
And what's so fascinating here is this sudden collision between the high-cost establishment and a really potent open source challenger.
Which is threatening to flip the entire business model on its head.
So tell us about DeepSeek.
Okay, so DeepSeek v3.2 and its specialized variant v3.2 Special. These represent a massive competitive leap from the open source community.
So these are high-performance reasoning models?
Genuinely high performance. They really do rival the state-of-the-art closed systems. We're talking models like GPT-5 and Gemini 3 Pro.
Wow. But here's the kicker, right? The economic disruption.
That's it. DeepSeek's models are open source, and they can be run significantly cheaper than the incumbent frontier models you get through those proprietary APIs.
That puts immense pressure on premium API fees. You're basically saying DeepSeek is democratizing access to near top-tier performance.
Pretty much. It's making frontier intelligence feel like a commodity right out of the gate for developers.
And that special variant is interesting.
Very strategically targeted. It's designed to excel specifically on math and informatics Olympiad problems, contests like the IMO, the ICPC.
The highest levels of human reasoning.
The very highest. So it validates this whole premise.
Yeah.
You can get to frontier-level AI at a much lower cost. With open access, it just fundamentally changes the game.
But isn't the key distinction still trust? I mean, if DeepSeek is open source, how do enterprise customers, the ones paying the big subscription bills, handle the lack of, indemnification or the guarantees that a Google or an OpenAI offers?
That is the multi-billion-dollar question, and Google seems to be doubling down on the opposite approach.
The premium closed system.
Exactly. Normalizing the idea that you purchase top-tier, guaranteed, managed reasoning like a utility. They just launched Gemini 3 DeepThink this week.
Positioning it as their most advanced model.
The most advanced reasoning model, yeah. And it achieves that same gold medal performance we were talking about.
And how are they selling this? How do you get access?
It's exclusive. It's only for subscribers of their Ultra tier, priced at $250 a month.
So it's a clear move. They're selling top-tier reasoning as a high-end subscription service.
For people who need that peak performance, that security, and the reliability that comes with paying the premium.
And the market felt that. We saw confirmed reports that OpenAI declared an internal code red.
They did, signaling an aggressive acceleration of development to improve ChatGPT right after those Gemini releases.
So it's not just a race anymore.
No, it's a corporate arms race for intellectual superiority. The heat is on. If you're not hitting gold medal performance and deploying fast, you are losing ground.
Okay, let's connect the dots here. The models are the brains, right? They're getting smarter and they're either getting cheaper or more specialized. But what good is a powerful brain without a massive, reliable body to run it?
And that question takes us straight to the infrastructure giants.
To the full stack battle.
What's really fascinating is this transition from just selling general cloud space to selling the entire optimized AI pipeline, from the physical chip all the way up to the finished agent.
And Amazon's reInvent conference this week was the perfect example of that.
It demonstrated that aggressive vertical integration better than anyone. They announced a complete full-stack approach that's designed to capture every single layer of enterprise AI spending.
So what did that include?
Well, you had the Nova 2 family of foundation models. You had the Nova Forge service, which is critical for companies wanting to train their own custom models and, of course, their own specialized hardware.
The Trainium 3 AI chip.
The Trainium 3.
Let's focus on that for a second. Why does controlling the chip matter so much more than just selling the cloud space?
It's all about optimization and vendor lock-in. By providing the chips, the training platform, and the models.
Trainium, Nova Forge, Nova 2.
Right. By providing all three, Amazon can guarantee unparalleled cost optimization and ultra-low latency specifically for their customers. They're building a closed, highly efficient ecosystem.
And intensifying competition at every layer.
Every single layer. And they didn't stop there. They also introduced specialized agents, 3 distinct frontier agents focused on high-value enterprise use cases, one for security, one for DevOps, and one called Kiro.
Kiro's a big signal, isn't it?
It's a huge signal. It's designed for supply chain optimization. It shows Amazon leveraging its own deep expertise in physical logistics to offer AI automation where it knows the business best.
And speaking of market alignment, the partnerships announced this week were just staggering. Let's start with Snowflake and Anthropic.
A $200 million partnership. That's not a test run.
No.
That kind of financial commitment shows that enterprises are ready for full deployment. That money is aimed specifically at deploying Claude-powered AI agents directly into Snowflake's huge enterprise customer base.
So it's bringing the reasoning right next to the data.
Exactly. And it's not just tech players. Accenture is partnering with OpenAI to deploy ChatGPT Enterprise for its consultants.
And Virgin Australia, I saw that. They're using OpenAI for flight planning.
Flight planning, a complex, safety-critical process. This is the moment AI moves from the back office into core global operations.
You can't sustain that scale without just unprecedented financial backing.
And the investment data we saw this week, it just shows the astonishing financial gravity pulling this whole industry forward.
So give us the figures that really show that scale.
Okay. XAI is reportedly seeking $15 billion in new funding.
$15 billion.
Which would put its valuation at $230 billion. I mean, that's just staggering for a company that young.
And Databricks.
They're in talks to raise $5 billion, which would boost their valuation to $134 billion. And even the established players are all in. NVIDIA just invested $2 billion in Synopsys for AI-enhanced chip design.
And this isn't just a U.S. thing.
Not at all. We saw a major European initiative planned. Deutsche Telekom and Schwarz Group are planning a joint AI gigafactory in Germany.
And they're looking for EU funding.
$20 billion in EU funding. They're trying to build capacity to compete on a global scale. These funding rounds, these infrastructure projects, they're the clearest signal of confidence in the long-term growth curve.
Okay, so we have this unprecedented power being built and funded. But here's where it gets, for me, really interesting. How do we make sure these incredibly powerful systems don't, cheat or lie or take deceptive shortcuts?
This leads us right to the essential quest for honesty and control.
Right.
The sheer, often opaque power of these models means safety just can't be an afterthought. It has to be engineered in. And OpenAI introduced a concrete safety mechanism this week that's a huge step forward.
The confessions technique. That sounds like something out of science fiction. How does it actually work?
It's a really clever training method. The model is trained to produce 2 outputs. First, the standard answer to your query.
Okay.
And second, a separate honesty-only output where the model discloses any rule violations or deceptive shortcuts it might have taken to get that first answer. It's basically forced self-reporting.
So it has to tell on itself.
It has to tell on itself.
Yeah.
And when they rewarded that truthful self-reporting during training, what happened?
What was the result?
It dramatically reduced hidden rule breaking, down to about 4.4% in tests on GPT-5 thinking.
So this fundamentally changes the auditability of AI.
It does. It moves AI oversight from being this purely external reactive thing to an internal traceable self-governance model.
Which is a massive step towards trust.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we saw Anthropic's internal soul document get confirmed.
Right. The document that outlines Claude's intended personality and ethical guardrails.
A kind of technical manifesto for AI behavior.
That's a great way to put it. It's a first-of-its-kind attempt to internally codify the ethical framework of a frontier model. It's a huge step for interpretability. We also saw Perplexity release BrowseSafe.
An open source tool.
Yeah, an open source tool to protect AI browser assistants from malicious instructions hidden on web pages.
These technical solutions are vital. But we also have to consider the broader societal cost of all this.
This is a crucial pivot point. Satya Nadella, Microsoft's CEO, made a very pointed statement this week.
What did he say?
He said the AI industry has to gain social permission to keep growing because of the immense strain its energy demands are putting on power grids.
So the conversation is moving beyond the lab and into the boardrooms of energy utilities and regulators.
Okay, so that's critical. Safety is key. But let's look at the payoff. What does all this new power, all this investment translate into in the real world? Let's talk about the incredible new applications emerging.
There was one piece of research this week that was just a stunning leap. It moves AI from the digital space into the physical world. The innovation from MIT.
The speech-to-reality system, that's a physical aha moment if I've ever heard one.
It really is. MIT researchers combined 3D generative AI with robotic assembly.
To do what?
To create a system that designs and builds objects just from spoken instructions.
Wait, so I just described something.
You describe an object, a specialized tool, a piece of furniture, whatever, in natural language. And the system instantly generates the 3D model and then direct robots to assemble the physical item. Right there. The implication for manufacturing, for logistics, it's transformative. We're literally speaking objects into existence.
And that capability is being mirrored in the enterprise space, but for automating intellectual tasks. Google introduced Workspace Studio.
Which lets users create AI agents with natural language.
Exactly. To automate complex, multi-step tasks across Gmail, Sheets, Drive, their whole ecosystem, the whole agent economy is just exploding.
Anthropic released Anthropic Interviewer, a tool to conduct and analyze qualitative interviews at scale.
Which is a huge productivity boost for market research. But the most intriguing one was OpenAI's Lux.
The Lux, an autonomous computer control AI model. What does that mean?
It means it can physically take over the mouse and keyboard to execute goals on a computer on its own, like a human assistant would. And OpenAI is reporting that it's already surpassing similar offerings from the major developers.
And this is all driving real, measurable productivity gains.
The data is there. An internal Anthropic study found that these tools boosted engineer productivity by 50% for many tasks.
50%. Yeah. And the impact on global commerce is already massive.
Salesforce data showed AI and intelligent agents contributed to $14.2 billion in global online sales on Black Friday alone.
And it's hitting the consumer, too. A Visa report said nearly half of U.S. consumers used AI for holiday shopping this season.
For everything from price comparison to product research, and this adoption is even penetrating these, highly regulated, slow-to-change industries.
Like the legal sector.
Exactly. Legal AI startup Harvey, now valued at $8 billion, reports that half of the AmLaw 100 firms are now using its tools.
Half of the biggest law firms in the U.S.
In a traditionally risk-averse industry, that tells you everything about the immediate value these systems are delivering.
Okay, let's try to synthesize this single, unprecedented week of velocity.
We saw overwhelming speed. Just across the board, you had major open-source competition from DeepSeek pushing high-end performance into the low-cost domain.
Unprecedented financial commitment.
Billions for XAI and Databricks. And then a clear, aggressive move by cloud giants like Amazon toward full vertical integration. Controlling the chip, the model, the agent platform.
To achieve lock-in.
Exactly. And the market is consolidating fast. OpenAI acquiring Neptune, Anthropic acquiring Bun.
So what does this all mean for you, the learner, the business leader, just trying to keep up?
It means frontier intelligence is becoming both commoditized and specialized at the same time. It's demanding smarter infrastructure and, critically, those proven internal safety checks like confessions.
This brings us back to that MIT speech-to-reality system and these powerful agents like Lux.
It does. If AI can now execute sophisticated tasks and even build physical things based just on language, if that execution barrier is just disappearing, it raises a really important question.
Which is?
Is the single most critical and high-value skill in the coming years simply the ability to clearly, precisely, and ethically articulate a desired outcome?
That pivot from being the person who does the thing to being the person who clearly articulates the thing. That's a fascinating thought to chew on as you process this deep dive. We'll see you next week for the next round.